All right, on to the next story. We're on Wired, coming from Wired. ICE wants to build out a 24/7 social media surveillance team. Okay.
Nice. Mm-hmm. More jobs, more
surveillance team,
more boost to the economy. Thank you, ICE.
Yeah, I know. You remember all those 2010 kids who were like, "I'm getting into social media. I'm going to be a social media manager." Yeah. Little did they know where that job would lead them 15 years.
A lot of comics we know could have these skills. They could sign up.
Just that one social media manager who gets all the worst jobs. All right, so I just handled the fucking coolest monkey in the jungle controversy. What else on my resume?
Yeah.
Can you do the ICE surveillance campaign? I guess.
Yeah. I remember when I was paid doing clapbacks on Twitter off the Wendy's account. I thought, can't get any worse than this. And look at me now.
Arguing with Gavin Newsom's comms team on X.com. All right. United States immigration authorities are moving to dramatically expand their social media surveillance with plans to hire nearly 30 contractors to sift through posts, photos, and messages. Remember when the surveillance state was like low-key, like, we ain't really here. Now they're like,
exactly.
We're hiring. Hi. Who wants to watch their fellow man?
Exactly.
Who wants to come? Big Brother's hiring. Who's ready?
Exactly. Remember when Big Brother was not us? When it was someone else doing the work and not just sifting through the work we do for them.
Big Brother was inside of me the whole time. So reread that sentence. United States immigration authorities are moving to dramatically expand their social media surveillance with plans to hire nearly 30 contractors to sift through posts, photos, and messages. Raw material to be transformed into intelligence for deportation raids and arrests. Oh, that sounds swell. Federal contracting records reviewed by Wired show the agency is seeking private vendors to run a multi-year surveillance program out of 2 of its little-known targeting centers. The program envisions stationing nearly 30 private analysts at immigration and custom enforcement facilities in Vermont and Southern California. Their job, scour Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and other platforms, converting posts and profiles into fresh leads for enforcement raids. So they're basically doing cops' favorite things. Being on their phone. They're actually getting hired to do the one thing cops are actually good at.
Yeah.
Candy Crush.
Yeah.
The initiative is still at the request for information stage. So, a step agencies use to gauge interest from contractors before an official bidding process. But draft planning documents show the scheme is ambitious. ICE wants a contractor capable of staffing the centers around the clock, constantly processing cases on tight deadlines, and supplying the agency with the latest and greatest subscription-based surveillance software. They're like, we want to exploit employees immediately.
Yeah.
We're putting it in the documentation. This is going to suck. This job sucks. I need you around the clock.
24/7.
Looking for races, looking for Latinx Twitter.
Why can't it just be 8 hours a day? It has to be 24/7.
Damn, nigga. Nah, you Mexican 24/7, 24 hours a day. We can't let you. It ain't like you just Mexican 8 hours a day. But they would also be armed with powerful commercial databases such as LexisNexis account.
What?
I have a LexisNexis account. Is my job setting me up to be an ICE agent? What the fuck? Is LexisNexis evil? Oh my God, that's crazy.
What is LexisNexis?
You can.
Oh no, Ashton. The jokes we were making a second ago are apparently hitting a little too close to home.
It's a research tool where you can use up. You can literally summon any piece, most pieces of media.
Information about human beings and their whereabouts and their origins.
No, it's not that.
Where they're going, where they came from.
It's less surveillance-y and more. I can pull up any. So when I do before I was a writer, I was a researcher, and I would pull together pieces. Like I would have to do the pieces. I would have video footage for the pieces. To get the video footage, there's a website or what's it called? service called LexisNexis that collects every hour. They collect all CNN, Fox News, TV, all media.
Amazon ring lights, so license plate reader camera, business surveillance footage.
So you can go in, you type in like so say you saw an interview or some shit, you just type it in and like, and they'll bring up that footage. So I don't know how they're using LexisNexis.
You can't imagine how they're using this. You can't fathom how they could possibly.
I didn't know you could do it for TikToks and shit like that. I thought it was only for like news and radio and shit.
Yes,
but
we after years of quality testing through our #1 quality tester Ashton Womack, we've now perfected the surveillance tool of LexisNexis.
I should have never typed in "find Mexicans" all this time. It got too good. I trained the algorithm, and now
Quinceañera 20 million results. Wow, thank you, LexisNexis.
That was my bad. I didn't know. Damn, it's so
bad. This is dark.
So they would also be armed with powerful commercial databases such as LexisNexis account and Thomas Reuters Clear, which knit together property records, phone bills, utilities, vehicles, registration, and other personal details into searchable files.
Damn.
So I did not know LexisNexis did all that. ICE also wants algorithms asking contractors to spell out how they might weave artificial intelligence into the hunt, a solicitation that mirrors other recent proposals. The agency has also set aside more than $1 million a year to arm analysts with the latest surveillance tools. Earlier this year, The Intercept revealed that ICE had floated plans for a system that could automatically scan social media for negative sentiment towards the agency and flag users thought to show a proclivity for violence. That's some fucking... Look, we're going to go there. It's happening.
Yeah.
We're getting... Guys, read all your future dystopian 1984 books right now, because it's happening.
It's a little too late.
Nah,
that's read it if you want. At this point, it's too late.
Just recognize, bro. It's funny because this is the most YA novel.
Yeah.
Reality does feel like a government from a YA novel. And I know this because one thing that's helped me process everything that's going on with like specifically the Trump administration, not just all of government, but just specifically the Trump administration. One thing I do when I read news reports, I replace it, because I'd always be like, the government does this, and it'd just be the worst thing I ever read in my life. So I just start saying the anti-government when I like see it. When I see something that like the government is doing. So I would read a post that would say, instead of saying United States immigration authorities are moving to dramatically expand their social media surveillance, I'd read it like, the anti-government is dramatically expanding their social media surveillance with plans to hire 30 contractors to sift through posts. I'm like, this feels like
What's the anti-government?
Just like what the evil version of a government would be in a YA book.
Oh, okay.
Like when in 1984, when they have like the administration, and like you read it and you're like, yeah, that seems like something as evil as like when it be like the administration all bold and shit like that. You're like, yeah, it has an ominous feel. So once I realized it doesn't feel like a government. It's like the anti-government has enacted tariffs. Like they're doing.
Well, I agree. Like
better explanation. You know, there's Christ and then there's the Antichrist. And you're like, oh, the Antichrist does the opposite of it. That's what I feel.
Sure.
Like the anti-government. These niggas.
Either way, you could definitely say 1984 is definitely goated because of all the stuff we're seeing today. And it's really like the way it happened, it like feels sudden, but it really wasn't. It was like we were really like frogs in boiling water because it's like, okay, we had social media and now we're all posting our own stuff going on. Oh, and Google developed a new business model where they can just sell our data to various markets of data brokerage markets. Oh, Amazon ring lights and license plate leaders are all these like separate. They were all like little individual, like on each individual one, you just go like kind of like, huh. I could see that not being good. And then, but what's happened is that now the big brother thing is not like creating one new thing. It's just taking all these things that already exist and just being like, actually give me access to all of it. And bada bing, bada boom, it's done. I have a mass surveillance state.
Oh yeah, let me just be it all. Yeah, no. read any science.
LexisNexis, you're hired.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dude, I just bought a TV for my room, game changer. And literally the first thing it was like, do you want to set up Alexa to listen? I'm like, why the fuck do I need Alexa to listen? Oh, and then I saw like a tweet, and this is like, this is some kind of like basic surveillance level shit. But it's like, if I say, hey Siri, and it responds, it's like, how the fuck? It had to be listening to me this entire time to know that I was saying, hey Siri.
Yeah, dude.
For me, I didn't just click a button and then be like, okay, now we can listen. Hey Siri. No, it had to be like, it heard me.
It's always listening, yeah.
Which is like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Just don't mind me. I just like to watch.
I mean, I always will like, every time like an app like asks me like privacy questions, I'll always select like the most private options, but it's a complete delusion. Like our phones are tracking us. Yeah. It's just a damn fact.
Yeah,
we are tracked, we are surveilled.
There's no day
if the powers that be want to know, they can just do it.
Yeah.
There's no escaping it anymore.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like,
we gotta go. The guy, who's the white guy?
Yeah,
killed, did the bombing. I mean,
Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah,
listen, I say this all the time. Ted Kaczynski. Every time I see a new report about technology, I'll be like,
that
nigga
where's Teddy at right now,
yo, bro? I don't condone the violence, but the message was clear and correct.
Yeah,
you read the Unabomber's fucking manifesto, which more than just bullets. Words written on bullets, you fucking Gen Z shooters.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Right.
Ted was like, I'm gonna do both.
Bring back fucking wordsmiths to these fucking mass shootings. But he was cooking when it came to it. Every single time. I'm like, yeah, dude, there's only one. We gotta nuke this bitch back to the Stone Age. It's all bad. We use all this technology. I still want to be hopeful for future. So I'm like, maybe there'll be a future where there's like, it's just.
I could see a good distant future after a very, very bad near future.
Someone's got to stop them from like only doing bad things. Because it's like every time a new thing drops, you're like, but we're doing the bad thing with it. It's like, well, who keeps choosing the bad option when it comes to the thing? I wish technology would come out, AI would come out, and it's like, I'm not going to take all your jobs and eventually become the president, and then eventually have you become an energy source to build my new synthetic bodies. That's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to cure cancer. I would love for that to be the future, but sadly,
no.
I think we're building
not even close.
Rosie the robot.
Yeah.
It's going to murder us.
Yeah. And look, there's got to be a better way for us to end this. There's got to be.
You like impressions? What is this shit? Okay, no, I'm not gonna do. No. There's no good way. I mean,
was that Nigerian dad that you were just doing?
Yeah,
I remember that. Ashton's quoting himself.
Yeah. It was an inside joke for one, and that was me.
That you said on a recorded podcast. It's not for one.
When I listen back to it, I get it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Look, let me see if there's more to this.
There's a lot. Look, this article, it really details a lot of stuff we've talked about on the Patreon, step by step, as these things were unfolding. It talks about the 404 Media, did some really good reporting that we talked about of ICE acquiring software by Palantir that is like doing facial recognition. Dude. And they're acquiring software that the state of Israel has created that is there to track all of our phones. And they have like this unlimited budget, and they're using it on whatever, like it's like a Christmas list, They're giving out 50K signing bonuses, and then they're acquiring as much of the latest technology they can, whether it's AI, whether it's facial recognition, whether it's social media scraping, whether it's GPS tracking. They're just taking all of it they can possibly get, and they're going to use it to fucking ethnically cleanse our nation. Yeah. That is our dream of AI in motion.
And I think that's what we should leave on. I think that's the message we should leave our